Alright, custom action figures. Custom action figures are some of the coolest ways to upgrade your figures or make a whole new character from a figure. I've seen where people repaint figures, making them brighter or darker. I've seen where people take epoxy sculpt and sculpt new things onto the figure. Custom action figures are a great way to add on to a figure and to make a whole new character. But which character did I choose to make for a custom? The figure that I chose for a custom is the Parasite. And you must be wondering, who's the Parasite? The Parasite is one of the most underrated villains in Superman's villain rogue gallery, with his first comic appearance being in Action Comics number 340 in August of 1966. He is probably, if not the most powerful Superman villain. His main power is that he absorbs any energy of any kind, making him one of the hardest villains for Superman to beat. Parasite is one of the lesser known Superman characters, but he's also one of the most interesting. He's had a few appearances in animated series, including Young Justice, Superman the Animated Series, and Justice League, but he has had a couple of live action appearances, his most popular being in Supergirl. You know, we're so used to General Zod or Lex Luthor being some of Superman's most famous villains that they've gotten multiple live action appearances in movies. But me personally, I would love to see the Parasite in James Gunn's new DCU. Well, enough yapping, let's get into me making my first ever action figure custom. Before I show you the figure, I'm going to show you the original figure that I bought to make this custom. I bought the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, but I'm just going to call it the White Panther. I bought this White Panther figure for a base to make this custom. This is probably the most used figure to make customs. I've seen many other people use this body mold to make other custom figures. Alright, here he is, my first ever custom. This is based off of his first appearance in Action Comics 340. There hasn't been a figure of him that has been based on this look, so you know I just had to make this figure. All of his other figures look like this, which is based off of other versions of him and other versions of comics. Now for the head, I used a Dremel to sand the ears down. A Dremel is a very good way to sand down ears, but now my head has these little marks on it from the Dremel, which is not so good, but you can barely tell. A good thing this figure had before I customized it is that it had bare feet, which is great and comic accurate because in the comics, Parasite is a barefooted villain. Overall, I'm really happy with how this custom came out. It's very comic accurate and just the way I wanted it to be. Here's my first take of trying to make this figure. I made this out of a WWE Basic, and you can see I've came a long way. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a lot of fun to make, and hopefully more customs are in the future.